All right. So we have Alex Burst as our guest speaker, and Alex and I met literally like over a year ago now, right? Like it's crazy to me. I feel like it's just been like almost 2 years. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's been like so short, but at the same time, like so long, it's like that bitter, like sweet goodness. Um, Anyways, so Alex hit the ground running. She like started out as one of those coaches. She was like my first ever, I feel like, business builder. It was like her and Kelsey at the same time. I'm pretty sure she was a success starter, right? And you were just like majorly consistent. She like showed up day in and day out. She like trusted me no matter what. And I was just like, this girl's amazing, like so coachable. And she just listened and did all the things. And she was the first coach to hit diamond, other than like, me building somebody to diamond. She was the first one on our team. So like throughout her entire journey, I've just been impressed by like how consistent she is, and just like whatever she does, she goes all in. Like if she's going to hit Success Club 6, if she's going to help change 3 lives, she is going to freaking change those 3 lives. Like she's not just going to sign them up and send them like a welcome email and then leave them. Like she's going to like help them throughout their entire journey. So that's something I wanted her to like share with us on this call, is really diving into how she does all of that. And I think you're about to be an SE All-Star, aren't you? Right? Like 12 months?
Soon, yeah.
Yay, so close. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to you. So just go ahead and share with us.
Thank you. Can you make me a co-host so I can share my screen? Cool. So thank you, Leanna, for asking me to speak. I just want to ask you guys that are watching for a moment, if you could all just like look at the screen for a sec. I know some of you guys are cooking or working out or whatever, but I just want to invite you guys to collectively take a deep breath with me so we can all be on this call together. So just take a nice deep breath in through your nose and exhale out your nose. Thank you for doing that, Kelsey. Just saw you hop on. Yeah, so let me share my screen. Leanna asked me, I'm on Noah's computer, so let's see. Leanna asked me to do a call about gaining the trust of your audience. So not only gaining the trust of your audience, but kind of like my method of coaching and how I do that. So I've prepared a little presentation for you all. Let's present, shall we? Is it? Do you guys see a full screen? No, right? Give me one moment. Oh, okay. So gaining the trust of your audience. When I sat down to make this presentation for you guys, I really tried to think about what my core values are as a health coach, as a yoga instructor, just as a person in general. And one of the things that I try to live by is integrity. So I found this great quote about integrity, and I need to move you guys for a second. So it says, hold on. Integrity is choosing your thoughts and actions based on values rather than personal gain. So I thought that this was worth noting because I think that with MLMs, there is, part of the business is just about build, 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 build. So it's really important to stay honed into what your core values as a person are. So I just kind of wanted to set the tone with that being one of mine. So what is a health coach, right? Let's start there. So a health coach is a supportive mentor and wellness authority who works with clients to help them feel their best through food and lifestyle changes. As a health coach, you work with clients using a whole life approach to help them find the things in their life and diet that are holding them back from feeling their best. Your role as a health coach is to actively listen to your clients' concerns, use your unique strengths and resources to help your clients set goals, create action steps, and then hold them accountable. You don't have to make it any more complicated than that. Health coaching includes educating clients about healthy eating and lifestyle choices, helping clients develop and set goals, and taking clients' good intentions and putting them into practice, right? So I wanted to define it because I think we can overcomplicate it, and I think we can also get kind of confused. I feel like health coaching is like a huge trending thing right now. So just to kind of simplify it. And what I love is that it talks about using your unique strengths. So especially with Beachbody being that like, you don't have to go through a certification or anything. It's like, we all have some kind of value to offer people, and we're all unique, and we all can reach a different audience, which is just so amazing. So recruiting versus health coaching. So Leanna and I kind of talked about the two ways in which you can really be successful in this business. And so I want you guys to really think about what your strength is. So the first way to be successful with Beachbody coaching is through recruiting, right? So recruiting is actively onboarding new clients each month and building a strong, solid team. And as we all know, hitting a minimum of SC6 or helping 3 clients a month is like what it is to be considered moving your business forward. Personally, I'm not a huge recruiter. I have hit Success Club 10 a couple times this year, a couple times in the past, but I'm usually around 6 or 8. So recruiting is not my strength, right? But I'm a good health coach. I think I'm a great health coach. And so the second way to attain success in this business is to be a great health coach, AKA actively focusing on the needs of your clients and exemplifying the aforementioned from the previous slide. So ideally, you want to be a combination of both of these things. So recruiting and being of service to all of your clients every single month. So when I was thinking about something that is really important to show my audience and show my target market is to be a product of the product. So show up every damn day. It's one thing to be preaching this lifestyle to the masses, and it's another to be leading by example. If you want people to show up on the daily, you have to be doing the same. And I don't just mean pressing play on your workout and drinking your Shakeology every day, right? To me, being a product of the product means that you're doing the work, right? As a health coach, again, it's this holistic approach to wellness. So it's not just fitness and it's not just nutrition. And as you guys all know, my team is Team Heal Thyself. And I chose that name because within the word healthy is the words heal thy, right? So a health and wellness journey is about healing. And so this requires a sincere level of honesty with yourself. So in what areas of your own personal wellness journey might you be slacking, right? So maybe you've got the nutrition and the fitness down. That's great. But like, what other areas of your life can you level up with? And I want you guys to understand too, that you can have an off day and still show up. I'm all about authenticity. I think a lot of you guys were on the call last night with Kelsey about authenticity. You can be real and vulnerable always, and that will always attract your target market rather than just trying to fake a smile and check a box, right? So I chose this picture specifically because these were the results that I got when I did the ultimate reset. So Beachbody's 21-day cleanse. And for those of you that don't quite know my story, I'm an addict. I am sober, but food is still something that I struggle with. I can do a workout every damn day. I can, double up, do all the workouts, but food can be a downfall. I also have 3 certifications in nutrition, right? And as you guys all know, it's not necessarily that intellectually any of this stuff is hard to understand, but putting it into practice is another thing. So I was totally upfront with my social media about doing this cleanse. We actually wanted to do it like in March, and I think in March, and then with COVID, our order got backtracked. So I had already started talking about this cleanse. And I really, when we finally got the package in, I think May, I really took people on a journey with this ultimate reset. If you guys haven't done it, I highly suggest. It was an incredible experience. The name is like the perfect name because it really reset so many things for Noah and I. Since the cleanse, Noah's my boyfriend, if you don't know. Noah's lost 17 pounds and has maintained it. I've lost 11 and have maintained it. And after doing this, I had 3 people who purchased the ultimate reset. You guys, it's like, I think without a coach discount, it's like $250. But I also had so much engagement for those 3 weeks because I was sharing the food, I was sharing my experience. And I was just upfront with people about like, yeah, I'm a health coach, but like I still struggle. So let's see. I keep having to move, you guys, which is so annoying. Okay, so investing in yourself is a huge part, right? So by investing in yourself, you are investing in your business because you are the face of your business. So make sure you're actively investing always, right? And I just want to point out that almost on every single slide, the one word that I keep reiterating is actively, right? So this is about taking action in your business, in your own personal growth. So investing in yourself could be a number of different things, but make sure that it's something that not only brings you joy, but ultimately will help your business grow. I just want to put a plug in here for budgeting because I know that some of you guys might be thinking like, well, I'll invest in myself when I have more money, or I don't have the money right now, so that can't happen. But I just finished reading Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey. And first of all, I just want to say that the awesome thing about working with Beachbody, or, you know, working for yourself, is that pretty much everything is a write-off. And if you guys don't know that already, your Shakeology is a write-off. Your Beachbody On Demand subscription is a write-off. So start to think about how you're spending your money, and you know, don't be ashamed to admit that you don't know what you're doing with your money if that's the case. I'm 29 years old, and that book was so insightful for me and really like got my wheels turning. And I have learned way more about budgeting through having a Beachbody business and like learning how to navigate and stuff like that. So what will benefit you right now? These are just some of the examples of what I mean by investing in yourself. So hiring a mentor. It could be a business mentor, it could be a spiritual mentor, it could be a nutrition mentor, completing a personal training certification or a yoga teacher training. Maybe you want to study nutrition, or maybe you like some inspiration by taking an art course. Upgrading your equipment. Do you have a ring light? Do you need a tripod for your camera, your phone, or whatever? How about gifts for your team apparel and products? What about a professional photo shoot so you have some content for your social media? Energy healing sessions so that you are doing work for yourself, and leveraging your strengths. So again, outsourcing when needed, like maybe getting a financial advisor if you need. So I chose this picture specifically because one, it was a professional photo shoot that I invested in, and it's my team apparel that I invested in. And if you guys haven't done team apparel yet, that is something that I took a really long time to do because of money and whatever. But it has made my team really feel like a team and come to life and like have more community. So I highly suggest doing that. Let's see. Okay, so what does it take to be a great coach? Anyone can be a good coach, right? You sign someone up with a challenge pack, you give them the tools that Beachbody offers and plug them into a community, boom, right? But to be a great coach requires more. So sometimes it means taking time out of your busy day to talk to a client who's having an issue or an off day. Sometimes it means telling a client that it's time to level up or time to take a little bit more rest for themselves. Sometimes it means telling clients they need to have patience and give themselves grace. And sometimes it's simply being willing to pull the weight on your team. So a good coach checks boxes and feels pretty good about that. A great coach does all the other things I mentioned above on top of what a good coach does. It's not always easy, but it's the difference between making an appearance versus making a difference. So I want to just encourage you guys to reflect and think about, are you making an appearance? Are you checking boxes, or are you making a difference? Okay, so Leanna also asked that I kind of just talk about like my behind the scenes as far as how I coach my clients and what it is that I do that keeps them coming back month after month. So first and foremost, do the unsexy work, right? As Beachbody coaches, through social media, there's a lot of like sexy, fun things with posts and team calls and, you know, showing off what we do and fitness and this and that. But like, that's not really your bread and butter, right? Doing your invites, doing your follow-ups, checking up with your clients, the ones that ghost you, doing stuff like that is really, it's your IPAs, right? Your income producing actions. Also do the unsexy work with yourself. dig a little bit deeper, right? Heal thyself. What part of you could you level up? So personally, I do weekly texts and check-ins, and I just kind of had this revelation the other day, you guys, because I know it's a common question between coaches. How do I get my clients more engaged? How do I get them to post in the groups? How do I get them to respond? And it just occurred to me the other day, like, what if we didn't care about that, right? What if we just showed up and had fun in the challenge groups and made it what it is, and then still did the behind the scenes, right? I send weekly texts and check-ins to pretty much all of my clients, because I have a lot of clients that are consistent, but they don't show up, right? They won't post in the group. They won't always answer me, but I want to encourage you guys to really meet people where they're at. So when I think about coaching, my ideal client is not necessarily somebody that like has their fitness and their nutrition down and they're just like killing it, right? If I want to help somebody, I need to help somebody that needs help. So oftentimes, like, I want you guys to think back for a moment where you were at when you first started on your wellness journey, right? I think about where I was at, and to give you a little background on me, as I said, I'm sober. So I was struggling with an alcohol addiction up until 23 years old. I was 60 pounds heavier than I am now. And I was completely guarded, not only in a physical sense with my weight, but like you could not pierce through my consciousness, right? And think about how much work you guys have done on yourself with personal development and breaking down these barriers and these limiting beliefs. A lot of the times our clients haven't done any of that work yet. So it's really important to meet them where they're at. So when I tell you guys that I have text threads with people that it's just me, like 6 times, hey girl, how you doing? Hey girl, is there anything I can do to help you? Hey, where are you at in your program? And they don't answer, I don't take it personally. I don't like, sometimes, but I remind myself, like, it's not about me. And I'm not kidding when I say that, like, sometimes it's the 6th or the 7th or the 8th time that I reach out and they're like, can we schedule one-on-one? Or they're like, I'm halfway through my first week of bar and I feel amazing, or, whatever. So just remembering that, like, whatever somebody's going through really has nothing to do with you. And as a coach, it's our job to just be there for them, to be available. So another thing is gifts, recognition, and relationship building. So I love giving gifts. I find so much joy in like picking out personal things for people. So, when one of my clients completes their first program, I send them a little gift. Obviously, I send my Emeralds gift when they pop Emerald. But really just taking the time to go that extra mile. Like sometimes, if you know that a client is going through some kind of struggle, if they're have a family situation going on or whatever, sometimes just a card is like all it takes. I bought a stack of greeting cards on Amazon for like $20. It's like 50 of them. They all say different things and I just have them, right? And then I can send them out to people whenever there's something going on, because that's what's going to reach your client. That's what's going to touch them and they're going to remember. And then just always be learning something new. So like, you should never be stagnant in your own personal growth, right? Like, it's not just like, oh, you completed T20, you're done, right? No, you keep going with your fitness. So why would you not keep going with every other area of your life? Okay. So if you guys have ever heard me speak, you probably have heard me say this before. A wise woman once told me that within the word spiritual is the word ritual, right? So as human beings, we are comprised of 3 parts. So mind, body, and spirit. And as I mentioned with where I was at with my lack of health, when I reflect back to like where I was at 18 through 23 years old, you guys, I think about it like this. I had so much shame about my body. I was often trying to be out of my body, abusing drugs and alcohol, really hated like who I was. I was completely spiritually bankrupt and I'm an addict. So I was like trapped in this very, very sick mind. And through my healing journey, I've started to like embrace and come into the other aspects of my being. So developing, a positive relationship with my body and tapping into a spirituality. So when it comes to Beachbody coaching, we cover mindset often. We recommend personal development. We emphasize community to remind you you're never alone. We offer fitness and nutrition for your body, and all the tips on how to incorporate the two into your daily life. So how can you as a coach bring in a spiritual aspect, and what does spirituality mean to you, right? Spirituality is not just yoga. It's not just meditation. There is such, I mean, it's within you, right? It's a part of who you are. So your daily routine, right? The word ritual, your daily routine and practices are a commitment to tapping into that spiritual self. So whether your daily routine is yoga or it's meditation or it's pressing play on your workout, it's reading your PD, it's taking time to prep yourself nutritious meals to fuel yourself with, those rituals that you are creating are honing in on your spiritual side, and you get to teach this. And just remember too, well, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, but fitness and nutrition is like what Beachbody offers, right? You are the special extra thing. So the more that you are embracing all of this, and the more that you are honing in on your spirituality and what you have to offer, that's what people are looking for. You know, there are thousands of workout videos on the internet that are free. There are thousands of ways that people can get access to nutrition tips and whatever, but what's going to make people want to choose Beachbody is what you bring to the table. Okay. So wrapping it up here for you guys. I am the biggest advocate for personal development, PD. I love this quote that says, your level of success will rarely exceed your level of personal development, because success is something you attract by the person you become. So if you're not really on the PD bandwagon yet, get on it. I literally have a huge bookshelf, and I always have books ready to go. It's not like, oh, I ordered one, I'll order another one when I finish it. I order like 3 at a time. You guys, knowledge is power. There's so many books out there written by people who are good at what they know, and they wrote it for you to read. And books are cheap. They're a write-off again. We have so many recommendations within our community. So if you're not reading, get on it. And often Leanna says this, I say this too, like if you're stuck, it's usually because you're not doing PD. If you feel like you've plateaued in your business or just in your own personal life, are you reading? Right? And if you have trouble with reading, there are audiobooks. Find what works for you. But I just can't stress it enough. And, especially too, like if you struggle with social media, you don't know what to talk about, reading PD, you're going to find some inspirational thing that you can turn into a post. So it's so much more. And it's also how you stay in a positive mindset, right? Fueling your mind every day is so important. We fuel our bodies. We need to fuel our minds and our spiritual self. And then just this quote I wanted to touch on for a moment. So I think most of you guys are emeralds, maybe a couple diamonds. And if you ever think about like, oh, well, I want to be a 15-star diamond, I want to be a star diamond, like how do I get there? It's like this says, you will rarely exceed your level of personal development, because success is something you attract by the person you become. This is why you need to be continually working on yourself, because in order to be that star diamond, you have to go through the journey to get there. And then I just went ahead and wrote down books that can change your life if you let them. I kid you not when I tell you guys that these 3 offers have had a tremendous impact on the person that I am, on the coach that I've become, changed my entire way of life. Eckhart Tolle has a series called A New Earth. So it's 2 books, The Power of Now and Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. And then there's a shorter version, like a condensed version kind of called Stillness Speaks, both on audio. He also does a Super Soul Sunday conversation with Oprah on Spotify. He is my hero, saved my life. Michael Singer and The Untethered Soul. It's all about navigating your emotions. He also has the Surrender Experiment. The Untethered Soul is about how, like, if you don't actively process your emotions, they get trapped in your body, which turns into like physical ailments, which is really interesting. I actually he has an ashram in Florida. I went there in 2017 and stayed there and heard him talk. And then Don Miguel Ruiz wrote the 4 Agreements, the 5th Agreement, and the Mastery of Love. If you guys don't know, I have the 5 agreements tattooed on my arm because this book changed my life. I had a giant epiphany while reading this that brought me to tears, that literally changed my life. So I highly recommend checking them all out. I really hope that this brought value to you guys. I really tried to think about the things that I'm doing as a coach to offer value to my clients. I know it was kind of like spread out, but like this is what I'm doing behind the scenes. You know, I'm not at the top of the leaderboard every month, but I'm consistent. I'm doing the work. And yeah, I just wanted to share that all with you guys. So I think that's it. If I can get out of here.
Good.
Okay. Thanks.
If anybody has questions for Alex, feel free to post them in the chat and we can like read them out. But I also had a question. Do you have one-on-ones with your clients usually, or do you just keep one-on-ones to coaches? Because that's something
I do one-on-ones. I started doing them way later, only in this year. And it was also like pulling teeth, you guys. I was like, so I like scheduled the one-on-ones, was so excited, and like nobody signed up. So I went ahead and I texted each of them, and I got like 7 people to do one-on-ones, and they all loved it. They all said how much they needed it. They all started showing up more. So I was like, great, I'm gonna do these monthly. I did it the next month. Nobody signed up. I actually just posted this week that I'm doing them again. I have had like 2 people respond. So I offer them, but it's not always like super engaging.
Yeah, that's something I'm always like entertaining the thought of, because I feel like when it comes to health, if you have somebody on a call, like you can impact them or like be so helpful like face to face and share like your thoughts. But I go back and forth. I'm the same. Like I've done them and it's great when people sign up, but people don't often. But I have found that like voice memos are working really well lately, just like doing long voice memos to answer people's questions. Okay, another question I had was, what does your boot camp look like in terms of like, I'm sure you have like a post every day, but do you do any like live Q&As, or do you do like fun themes, or how does that all work?
We're always innovating. Heather and I ran our boot camps together for a really long time, and we used to do giveaways every single 3 weeks. We had a point system for a while that it was like sweaty selfie was 2 points, food posts were 1 point, tally up your points at the end of the week, you get a prize. We used to do individual posts every single day. Then we started doing daily call to action banners for the week. We've done coffee chats with the whole team on like the afternoon, or like, you know, Saturday night hangouts on Zoom. We did literally so many. We would do live. We had themes. We had holiday themes, nutrition themes, this, that. We did lives where we would jump in and go over how to use the containers and just different things. And some of it works and some of it doesn't. It's all trial and error. I think it's a common, like I said, a common thing for all coaches is like, how do we get people more engaged? So we're just always trying to do new things. Lately, this like past week when we had Summit, we did a Spirit Week, which was so much fun. So like, you know, like pep rallies back in school, we did like an 80s workout theme day. We did crazy hair day, and that got everybody like involved, and we had a blast with it. Yeah, so just always trying something new, being willing to change things up. Yeah.
I love that. That's just so fun. The Spirit Week. But also I just want to highlight, like, if you guys are newer, if you're listening to Alex, like she has done it all in the boot camps. And so I feel like a lot of new coaches will come to me and ask like, what do I even post? And it's like, just be creative. Like Alex said, like try everything. If people are, you know, super engaged for a week and then they fall off, then maybe it's time to switch it up. Or if you're not enjoying it, like coaches often say this, if you're not enjoying the boot camp, if it's not fun for you or engaging, then you probably need to switch things up, because your clients are probably really similar to you. So Kelsey had a question. How are you keeping retention with products monthly? I feel like that's where most of us struggle.
Like with clients, you mean? Like getting them to order?
Yeah.
I just go over like what, you know, their struggles are and try to educate them on the products. So like, you know, I have some clients that order beach bars because they like have trouble snacking. I have another client who like hates vegetables, so she orders the greens boost every month. I try to just really like learn about their life and what could serve them best, and then tell them about it. And I also like buy all the products, and then I like show it on my story or how I incorporate it in my life. And a lot of the times that gets people questioning like, oh, what's that stuff you're using, you know?
Yeah, I feel like part of it is also like number one, learning about them, but like number two, taking the time to educate them and like tell them this is going to solve your problem. Like take these greens every day, or just like telling them that Shakeology is not just a protein shake and that it's like, you know, got all of these nutrients, because we were all skeptics, right? But like the reason we fell in love with it was probably because our coach like told us or educated us, or, you know, we started feeling the results and seeing the results. So yeah, it's so important to just like take that little extra time and like tell people, and also like question, you know, like you were saying earlier about like budgeting, like question them in like, well, why do you feel like you need to stop? Like I did that this month with a girl, and after a short conversation over like voice memo, I told her, you know, have you ever thought about maybe budgeting health into your money you spend every month, whatever? She was like, oh my gosh, that's like so smart. Why have I never thought of that? It's like, we just like don't take the time to think of these things sometimes, or just communicate with them. Yeah, it can be so simple. So the last question I want to ask, unless anybody else has any, is what is like your big goal for the end of the year, and like where do you see yourself by that time, like with your life too, like coach goal and then life goals, because they're related totally.
Um, I want to be 2-star diamond by the end of the year. I have some business builders underneath me right now, and I'm also actively building my dad's account. So that's business. And then personally, I just want to keep expanding my coaching business. Like I said, I was like in the health and wellness realm before coaching. So coaching was kind of like naturally just the next step for me. I'm still a yoga teacher. I'm a professional chef, and do some energy work. So kind of just navigating how to bring that more into like one kind of package, and hopefully be engaged.
Yes, I love that. Oh, thank you so much for your time and for sharing with us. I have so many notes already. So,
Awesome.
everybody have a good rest of your night. Get a
Thank you,
boomerang quick
guys.
picture if you haven't. Okay, bye guys. I will post the recording tomorrow and see you all soon.